You've seen the video before you even click it. 10 signs you're more intelligent than you realize. You already suspect which ones you'll recognize in yourself before you've read a single one. That instinct is the actual story here. It is the quiet certainty that you already know you'll relate. It's not the list, it's the pull toward it. Before we look at a single sign, there's a stranger question underneath all of it. Why does this exact genre of content never seem to stop working? It is vague, flattering, and endlessly repeated. Look closely at almost any signs of high intelligence list circulating online. Something becomes obvious fast. The traits are strange: overthinking, enjoying your own company, and getting bored easily. Being messy, staying up late, and being sarcastic. Struggling to explain your thoughts simply. None of these are measurements. None of them are drawn from actual intelligence research. They're common, ordinary human traits. They are vague enough that most people reading the list will recognize at least 3 or 4 of them in themselves. It happens almost no matter who's reading. This isn't a coincidence. It's a well-documented psychological effect called the Barnum effect. This is the tendency for people to rate vague, generalized statements as uncannily accurate descriptions of themselves. It feels specific, even when the exact same statements would apply to nearly anyone. It's the same mechanism behind horoscopes, personality quizzes, and cold readings. The vaguer the trait, the more universally it lands. And the more personally true it feels. There's a second layer sitting underneath the Barnum effect. It is the sharper one. These lists aren't neutral in what they describe. They are deeply flattering. Being an overthinker gets reframed as depth. Being messy gets reframed as creative genius. Struggling socially gets reframed as being too complex for shallow connection. Psychologists studying self-perception describe this as self-verification bias. It works alongside straightforward motivated reasoning. People are measurably more likely to accept a claim about themselves when the claim is desirable. They are measurably more skeptical of the exact same reasoning applied to something unflattering. Nobody shares the version of this list titled "Signs You're Below Average Intelligence." That is true even though, statistically, exactly as many people would technically qualify for it. The list was never really testing intelligence. It was offering a story people already wanted to be true about themselves. It was just dressed up in the language of a psychological finding. Once you understand the appeal, the spread makes sense too. Content that makes viewers feel quietly special performs extremely well. It generates comments, shares, and the specific kind of engagement platforms are built to detect. The algorithm detects it, amplifies it, and pushes it further. A video suggesting the viewer might be smarter than they realized will consistently outperform an accurate claim. The flattering version gives people something to feel and something to share. The accurate version gives them neither. This creates a feedback loop distinct from the underlying psychology entirely. The content isn't popular because it's true. It's popular because platforms are extremely good at finding whatever makes people feel seen. Flattering vagueness happens to do that better than almost anything else. None of this means overthinking, curiosity, or enjoying solitude are meaningless traits. They're real, common, and worth noticing about yourself for their own sake. What's worth questioning is whether a list built from vague statements was ever measuring intelligence at all. It might just be measuring how good humans are at recognizing themselves in almost anything. All it takes is for the description to be kind enough. The real sign of intelligence was never on the list. It might have been noticing that the list wasn't really about intelligence in the first place.